Hi guys, and welcome to Kami Ideas. If you are here for the first time, what you do is you just subscribe. You click on the subscribe button and then you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our uploads. In today's video, I just want us to have a chit chat about we nurses and our relationship lives. Many a time we do hear a whole lot of things about us, as in nurses don't get married, nurses do not have a relationship, or they don't have time for their partners and things like that. So we just want to discuss, is it true, what should we do, and what is really actually happening. Before we dive into today's video, I want to share with you a very important health tip, or I want to teach you something very important that will help you. Today I want to teach you how to calculate your body mass index, okay? BMI. And BMI is just a way of calculating or finding out to know whether you are having a normal body weight, or you are underweight, or you are overweight. And there are complications that come with being overweight or underweight. And you hear people say they are overweight, they want to lose weight, they are jogging, they are doing a whole lot of that things. Some are on diets, exercise, and things like that to just maintain a normal body weight. And the fact is that if you are overweight, you are prone to so many life-threatening conditions like hypertension, obesity, diabetes, a whole lot of things. And it's very important you maintain your body weight. But how do you know you are overweight? Maybe someone will look at the body stature and say, oh, I'm skinny, I'm not overweight. You can be as skinny as anything and you are overweight. Someone can also have a very fat, plumpy body and have a normal body weight. To know whether you are overweight or underweight, it has got nothing to do with how you look. Either you are skinny or looking fat. You might look plumpy and you have a normal body weight. Someone might look very skinny and has abnormal body weight. So this is how we calculate it. BMI is calculated by taking your weight in kilograms, not in pounds. So your weight in kilograms, and then you divide it by your height in meters squared. Okay, you divide it by your height in meters squared. If your weight is 50 kg, if you are weighing 50 kg and then your height is like 1.60 or you are measuring 1.60 meters, so you make 1.60 square. So you divide 50 over 1.60 squared. You first of all square the height, then you divide the weight by it. Okay, so that's what will give you your BMI. This is how to interpret the BMI reading. Okay, after calculating your weight by dividing it by your height in meters squared, the value you get determines whether you have a normal BMI, underweight BMI, or you are overweight. So the reading is, if you get a value of less than 18.5, you are underweight. And if you get a BMI reading of 18.5 to 24.9, you are having a normal BMI. So the normal BMI reading is 18.5 to 24.9. It means you are not underweight, you are not overweight, you have a normal body weight. Okay, your BMI is good. And if you get a BMI reading of 25 to 29.9, it means you are overweight. You are obolo, you are overweight. And if you get a reading of 29.9 to 30 and above, you are obese. Okay, a BMI reading of 30 and above means you are obese already. So, and we have classifications of obesity and all that. I don't want to go into those things today. So this is how to find out your BMI, to know whether you are overweight, underweight, or you have a normal BMI. So if you calculate and you are overweight, you got to cut down some calories, okay? And if you are underweight, you eat well and then you maintain a normal BMI. So that's it for the tip of the day. And now with nurses and our relationship, like people do say, we don't have stable relationships, we don't even marry, and we have bad relationship lives. I'll first of all say that that's someone's perception, someone's opinion, or probably what someone might have experienced with a nurse. Maybe you were in a relationship with a nurse, and what you saw gave you an indication or a perception about us or about the profession or the health professionals, or let me say a nurse to be specific, who have perceptions based on what they experience. Some are out of experience, some are out of just a hearsay, some are out of observations. So I wouldn't say someone is lying or someone is not lying. So that's someone's opinion. And the second thing I want to say is that as nurses, our work is so demanding, but time is something that you make for yourself. You make time for yourself. Time will not make you. Okay, time will not make you. You have to make time for yourself. If you are in a relationship with someone who is not a health worker like you are, and is in a different profession, and understands that this is the nature of your work, and then agrees to date with go out with you and things like that, then I don't see anything wrong with it. You guys, it's now between two of you to manage as to how to have time for one another. Okay, and in building a healthy relationship, you have to have time to communicate a whole lot of things. You have to have time to interact and discuss issues if you want to take your relationship to the next level. So I think it's between the two, your partner and yourself. The person should understand what you do, and our work schedule, maybe you are in a very demanding unit where you don't close at normal time. Sometimes you can go to work in the morning and you close very late. And I, for instance, my unit, I can go for morning shift and close somewhere like 5 to 4 o'clock, because you have to. Nursing is not, our closing time is not static, or we don't have, I would say we don't have a time to say we've closed, not like school where when it's 2 p.m. or assembly, we've gathered, we are all going. Nursing is not like, sometimes you can be handing over and they rush in an emergency case. You can't take your bag and leave and say that you can't help, but like your time is up for you to leave. So our time for closing is not static. It can change at any time. So if you have a partner who doesn't understand why you are not home by 4, you are not home by 2, you are supposed to close by 1:30, why are you not home, and the person doesn't understand, that's where the difficulty comes in. And that's where maybe someone might have dated a nurse who didn't have time for him or her, and then so the perception, you have to know what is best for you. You have to let the partner understand that this is what I do, this is the nature of the work, and if it's good to go or she's good to go, then so be it. And another thing is that we nurses too, sometimes I wouldn't say that is the nature of the job. You have job, you have a family, so you should make time for a family life and make time for your work. And there are some people who are like, sometimes I wonder whether they really care about other family members. You are off duty, and instead of you to make time for your partners or your family members, they will come and they are sitting in their ward to just observe. I don't know, like, I don't want to go into things. And some are like, you are always, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm tired. You have to sacrifice a lot to maintain certain things. Every good thing doesn't always come on a silver platter. So for you to, if you are a nurse and you are working and you know that you have a relationship, you are married, you have kids, you have family, you don't just ignore your family and expect everybody to understand what you do. Therefore, you don't make time for them, and you hardly call home, or in the name of I'm busy. You know the work we do. You are not the only one who is doing government work, and you are not the only nurse in the universe. You are not the only nurse managing every facility we have in Ghana or the world. So on our side as nurses, we should always make time for ourselves. And every relationship or every marriage or partner you have, even though the person might not complain that you don't give me time, thinking that you will feel pressured, or the person is complaining or nagging, and the person is quiet and doesn't make those comments or complain about those things, does not mean that they don't feel it. Sometimes they feel you have time for them. Your partner will wish you have time to discuss issues, and you can't just be concentrating on your job, only job, with no family life. So I think we should check on that as health workers. We should make time for our families and have time for our job. The issue of we don't get married and things like that, I don't think it's true. Marriage is a choice, and we don't have an age limit for marriage. Someone is in school, someone is based on what the person is doing, has decided to marry at the convenience of the person's will. So marriage, we don't really have to judge people because you see one or two nurses who are single, and then you are like, nurses don't get married. Nurses have marriages. Most people I know are nurses. My friend, they are married and have successful married life. So with that notion, that's what the public or people have to say. But you as a nurse, you need to have time for yourself. If you don't make time, you're already stressed out. You have children to take care of, you have a husband to take care of, you have family, extended family members to deal with. So you really, if you are a family oriented person and you are a nurse, you have to make time for your family. If not, if you lose your job today, they are the same people. Your family is your first primary point of contact. Your partner is your primary point of contact. And Ministry of Health will not compensate you for anything. If you make a mistake today and you get issues, you deal with it yourself. So they are the same family members you come to. So make time for your family and make time for your job. So I think that's what I think we should do. The reason or the perception that nurses do not get married is a fallacy. That's someone's perception and opinion, or someone's whatever research. We not having good relationships is personal thing. You see two people are not nurses and they marry that very same day or a week later they are divorced. But so I would say that the issue with not getting married and having bad relationship lives and marriage life, it's personal. It's between the two parties, and that has got nothing to do with the profession. We can always make things work. So this is what I have to share with you today. Stay tuned to the channel and keep on supporting by subscribing and asking others to join. God bless you and see you some other time. Bye.